Anyways, chat, I think it's time. So, details about what we're doing today. I want to help you guys for team building stuff. So, it's not necessary that this is accounts that are able to clear. Alright, I can give you my thoughts on whether you'll be able to clear or not, but even if you're not able to clear, it can still be useful to know what are the best teams you can make. Right? And if I were to receive an account where this is what you have, I'd probably be telling you, like, I understand why you want to play Kenichi here. Kenichi is a pretty solid carry against Lava Dragon statue, and he's pretty easy to play. But using a carry that needs Bennett here is going to make your Tulpa side weaker, and it's mechanically a bit more difficult to get a good clear on a Hyper Bloom team. And so most likely, I would end up trying to play a team that wants to use Bennett against the Tulpa, either Maoika carry or Arlecchino carry, and then either keeping Kenichi and using Ansan, or changing Kenichi to something else like an Electro carry. And then nothing to say about this one. Alright, Chica exits. This is you, so get ready. Let's see what we're working with. So, alright, you've got a Barissa here. That makes sense. Alright. Oh boy, I see. You're kind of cooked because of the Automaton. No Skirk, no Escoffier, it's really hard to do. You could definitely do Tulpa, 100%, with Arlecchino. Honestly, the more I think about it, you might be better off doing Arlecchino against the Automaton. I don't think your Ayaka can clear it. I think if I were to log into your account, I would be able to clear it, but it would take me like an hour of resetting. So I don't expect you to be able to. Alright, I would probably do... I don't have Ayaka, so I'll use Escoffier as a placeholder. I'd probably do Arlecchino, Bennett, Kea, Ayaka here. Then I would do a Hyper Bloom team here. You do have Raiden. It is 100% worth using Raiden over Kuki. It's going to be a bit more difficult to not die, but you actually do need the damage. With Kuki, it's incredibly tight. And then for this, you should be able to do it with Xiangling. She's level 90, shouldn't be a problem. What weapons do you have? You even have Sig on Arlecchino. Yeah, it's definitely doable. You know what? I think the hardest one is gonna be the Automaton, but because you have R1 on Arlecchino, I actually don't think it would take me that many resets. I would also recommend, I see you have some unleveled favs. Refine the fav that is on Xiangling, most likely. How many fav lenses do you have on level? Only one. Okay, refine the fav that's on Yonsan, right? The one that's R2. Refine it to R3 with a unleveled one you have, and put it on Xiangling instead of Yonsan. And from that, what you're gonna want to do is you want to proc the fav as soon as possible on Xiangling. This, right? And then you can like go set up a couple things. Very cool. But then when you swap back to Xiangling to use burst, the fav is back off cooldown, so you get another proc of it. I swapped in a little too early, but it's fine. I kind of fucked that up, but it's okay. You get the idea, right? And obviously, my Barissa build is likely much better than yours, but we can still one down it, basically. And we would get to a second down. But yeah, having a higher refined fav on Xiangling allows you to proc fav again when you swap back to her. And you need it to be at the R3 breakpoint to not have to stay on Xiangling longer than necessary. But yeah, and then for Arlecchino, we don't have Ayaka, but we can use Charlotte as a placeholder because she kind of functions in a similar way of like a lot of front-loaded app. And by the way, that's a fav Ayaka angle. In case you didn't register that. Alright, you would do something like this. I'm a little cooked here because I didn't fucking build my characters on enough energy. I only have 2 fav swords. Sack on K. Sack on K works, sure. Please proc the fav. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have enough app on Charlotte, man. Fuck! Because it's a lot less than Ayaka. Obviously, my builds are a little cooked right now. And, well, Charlotte's app is a lot... Or Charlotte's hits, or hit number, is a lot lower than Ayaka. So it's hard to show it well, but hopefully you get the idea. You could also do something else, right? You could do Diona, sure. Maybe we can try to show it with Diona. Oh, this is so not it. My god. I have level 80 Layla. That's not... I mean, it works too, I guess, but I'm too lazy to make a proper build. Go on Noblesse. Stay there. I don't care. Fucking good enough, man. Obviously, you want to give her actual ER here, but I don't care. This is kind of a cooked example, isn't it? My energy's not. Oh my god. Whatever, I can't be bothered. You get the idea. This is gonna be pretty rough, but it's probably your best bet. Is it still okay even if my KSC 0? Yeah, it is. Anyways, let's look at this one next. So, they're asking, do you think Lava Dragon is possible for me? Okay, what? 1/22nd with this team? How? Did you go AFK for the first 50 seconds or something? What's going on here? Anyways, this is their list of characters. Honestly, it doesn't look too great, because Klee's just, yeah. And then Yai too, yeah. Hyper Bloom Tulpa angle, but they don't have Raiden and their Kuki's not leveled. You could do Aurora on Hyper Bloom, but yeah, a little more sus. Don't have Kuki at all. Cooked. So Hyper Bloom's clearly out of the question. Burgeon angle. It could be a Burgeon angle. Alright, the main idea is that it would liberate your Bennett for this side, which would make things a lot easier. I wonder if Chevreuse is even your best bet here. Like, I could definitely see a world where going Nehi does better. Is there weapons? Maybe Nubilet Vape second side. That's a little too harsh to play in my opinion. Although, well, I've seen the clears for it. I haven't actually played it myself. So maybe I should send one just to get a feel for how tight the timer is. This is the team that people use, right? Is she not on 5? Or am I just not critting? I think I'm just not critting. No, I think I'm just not on 5. Yeah, there's no fucking shot. Also, yeah, no, I don't think I'd do that. I do wonder if you could do this with Nahida here instead of Bennett. I think it might be doable. And then that lets you use Bennett here instead of Lee? Instead of Yai? Honestly, I'd have to test it myself to be 100% sure, but either try to free up the Bennett, where plays a Diona too. If you can use Sucrose and get a Global Swirl, it'll be better than Diona, but you can keep Diona if you can't be bothered with that. But actually, no, then you're gonna need a healer. I mean, Diona works. You can use... honestly, just stick to Diona. It's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you, for sure. P-Ember Sucrose. I don't think P-Ember is enough to survive self-burgeon damage. If you use Nahida here instead of Bennett. Could use Yao Yao, actually. Dendro Resonance gives you, is it 100 or 80 EM on your Hu Tao and on your Shanling, so it's not bad. But yeah, either that or, and I'm not sure about this one, you could try using Nahida instead of Chevreuse here and do Burning Load instead of Chevreuse. I know it works with the Electro carries, but I haven't really tried it with the Pyro ones, and I don't have Yai, so I can't test it in a similar situation as to what you do. Maybe the closest thing I could do to test is like Arlecchino, Fischl, Auroron. No, Auroron doesn't even proc. Like, I don't know what I could use, man. Cooked. I'm not using Beto in single target, you know? Like, ain't no way. I guess I could use Lisa, but I don't want to gear her. I guess I will. Let's hope this is good enough. It's a lot less pyro than you have with Klee, so I don't know if we'll be able to get her down in time properly, but we'll try. I'm an idiot. What the fuck did I just do? Oh, I swapped a little too early. Yeah, like here, if I had Klee, this would be the perfect moment to like use her skill. Right in. But anyways. But yeah, you can see my down happened a little too late compared to what you get with Klee, so I didn't get it. But it would be doable if you got the down a little earlier, right? And obviously Yai will do a little bit more for you than Fischl does. So it's definitely possible, but it's still gonna be fairly difficult. So you might not be able to get it, but good luck. Alright, well, Zaox hater. Alright. What the heck did Rose say? I have a pretty scuffed on high time and I have difficulty breaking Tulpa Shield with Raiden because she doesn't proc. Is that a skill issue? But realistically, if you want it to be easier, ideally you probably want to use Maoika against Tulpa. And then I guess you're a little cooked for your Lava Dragon team if you do that though. Oh, there she is. Level 90. Like I'm watching a TikTok with Subway Surfers gameplay, but it's a picture. You're so right. That is so true. It's kind of hard for your Kaniche team to be good without Bennett then. Unlucky. Yeah, I guess you probably just play Alhaitham then. And if you're struggling with a shield, you can bring Pookie instead. Or you could consider using Auron instead of Fischl here, because Auron will actually hit the seeds sometimes, so it can make up for when Raiden isn't proccing them. And then here using something over Auron, maybe Xiangling. Yeah, actually that's a good point, Henry. Because you have both Alhaitham and Nahida, and both of them have pretty high Dendro app, it wouldn't be bad to have Kuki and Raiden both on full EM. Because you'll pretty much always end up with more than 2 seeds if you only have one of them. So having 2 triggers instead of 1 would work. And it's probably going to be pretty brain dead to play as well. That's probably what I would do if you want to make your clear easier. Look at the next one. Here, let's take a look. Alright, so this one says, Ukira says, I know it's mostly just skill issue on my part. My Kaniche is C2, so I use Toma and Deo to free up Bennett and Mawika for Tulpa. It doesn't matter because I can't play Mawika. What do you mean I can't play Mawika? Like, you're bad and Mawika's too hard? Or what? She's too hard for me? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, she is not too hard for you. You're just overcomplicating things. You could also just play Arlecchino, but she is not too hard for you. You're going out of your way to overcomplicate things for sure. I will say though, you don't have Citlali. It seems like you might not have Shilonen either. So maybe Mawika isn't ideal, because you won't really be able to build Fighting Spirit, huh? I don't know if you have Yansan because you didn't send me the whole thing. Yansan I have, but C0, I see. Okay, so you have a couple options. If I were you, I would probably play Arlecchino, Bennett, Nahida. And then last slot, you can use Mawika actually. Or you can use a shielder, Zhongli maybe. No shielder will be a little bit more difficult, right? So using Zhongli should still be fine. Yeah, you can also use Xiangling obviously, but I'm pretty sure this is enough. You don't need to. Also, if I'm smart about this, we definitely go ER. And if I'm really smart about this, it's probably a full EM Zhongli angle, but let's not go there. Good. Really good things happening here. Really good RNG. And as you can see, a lot of time to spare. Even though we decided to use a team that was more defensive focused with Zhongli. That's probably what I would do. Like, you can also play Alhaitham, but the Alhaitham too will be more difficult. But yeah. Reducing opportunities to fuck up is always good. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Ararat. So, teams for this is fine. For this, Lana's a little sus, but I mean, you cleared, so it doesn't matter. Maybe it does matter, actually. Okay, yeah. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be... The timer's gonna be rough here, because Nahida's not doing anything for your team. Like, nothing at all. Having 2 Dendros doesn't make the thing break faster than only 1 Dendro, and Nahida doesn't do anything other than Dendro application in this team. So she's, like, really bad. Depending on how good your build is, you might be fine with the Yansan if you have her. If you don't have her, you might be fine with, like, Auron, perhaps. But if your build isn't that great, you might need to use Bennett. And if you need to use Bennett, then that is gonna make it so that this team gets less options. But that doesn't mean it won't have options. Not built yet. I see. I got Auron. Should I go Deepwood on Mawika? You can. Yeah. Actually, I'd rather go Deepwood on Xiangling here if you're still using Xiangling. Deepwood, Xiangling, Cinder City, Auron, and Obsidian on Mawika and Kaniche. How much ER? If you don't have a lot of ER on your Deepwood set, then you can do Deepwood Mawika instead. Sure. You can also do Noblesse Mawika. True. But I mean, that just depends on what artifacts you have on your account. Yeah. Other than that, you could also... If you feel like you're gonna need the Bennett, you can always use Nahida here. Nahida's a good character here, right? She can have TTDS, she can have a pretty big EM buff, right? Like, those are useful things. But she also gives you Burgeons, and the Burgeon damage is not completely insignificant. It's a nice little bonus. You have Peak Patrol, which makes Shilonen a little bit more appealing as well. So you could do, like, Arlecchino, Nahida, Citlali, Shilonen, if you need to free up the Bennett. And juggle the TTDS up times. Shouldn't be on Scroll, she should be on Instructor, but I'm too lazy to swap. Actually, she should be on TOM and Shilonen should be on Instructor. I guess we stare for a second, huh? I'm an idiot. I don't know why I bursted there, but it's okay. I don't know if we'll get it here, but you have Arlecchino 6, so it should be a lot easier for you. Yeah, we got it. Obviously, it's going to be weaker than using the teams that use Bennett, but it is clearable. So if you feel like you need the Bennett for the Kanish team, you can do something like this. Isn't Citlali kind of not that good? I mean, yeah, she's not doing that much, but she's still shredding. Like, it's not bad. There's other things you could use, but a lot of those things are being used in the other teams, so... Anyways, good luck. Alright, let's look at the next one here. So, yeah, already that's not good. You need a way to break the mini tulpas, which means you need to use either Nahida or a cryo unit here. That's necessary. So you probably use Citlali here and replace the Citlali that you're using on this team with something else. This team's fine, but you'd rather use Bennett against Tulpa and Eonson against Lava Dragon and use Dahlia. Dahlia works. Honestly, you could leave the... You could put Barbara here and be... You could probably even do it with the spot empty. Maybe not, because losing the stack from Skirk and Iskafi is kind of rough, but like any Hydro or Cryo makes that pretty trivial. I'm just bad. See, Lolly's gonna make it harder for you. But yeah, here you want to do Arlecchino. If you can't change this team, right? Then here you'll do Arlecchino, Changling, Eonson, Citlali, and here you'll replace the Citlali with Dahlia or something else. But another thing you can do is you can use Eonson instead of Bennett here, right? And in here you can do Arlecchino, Changling, Bennett, Citlali. Honestly, it should be pretty easy for you once you go in with the right teams, though. Okay, business.
Deuce on the loose.
Yeah.
Deuce on the loose.
Who's on the loose?